Hey y'all, it's Amy with Nana's Corner. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're returning. Thank you, thank you. If you stick with me, thank you again. Just realized that I never finished doing my coasters. I only have one left and it's been floating around with me back and forth to work for, I guess, a couple of weeks, maybe. So I thought I would get it done. And we could chit chat for a minute. Not a lot going on. Not a lot. Because I have these not marked to have them in order. I just go in order so I don't have to think about it. Hopefully I'll have enough of everything to finish this one up. Anyways, we are going to start with number one and go from there. So have a good day. Whether you be working or at home or traveling or whatever you do in your life and world. For the most part, I had a good day. I got a few more things accomplished, not as much as I would like. I'm a very ADD person, not ADHD. There's no H in me whatsoever. I'm probably the laziest ADD person you would ever possibly meet. I'm not a person who thrives on activities, and I can't seem to focus on the things that need to be done enough to get them done. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know how I forgot this because let's see, I've only been diamond painting for a year and a half. But I have yet to finish a project before starting another one. And I'll say this is the first time I've had more than one project going. But there was an event that I wanted to be a part of and a theme. And I don't know if you watched my last video, but I was working on the AB of the world, the Aurora Borealis. I always struggle with that word. And it wasn't until I was finished with it today, and a few hours past finishing it today, that I went to take a picture of the finished project, which I thought looked good when I finished it. And as I'm looking at the picture, for whatever reason, that was the only time I noticed that I had apparently kitted it up wrong. So some of the dark that should have been in the trees was in the sky, and some of the light that should have been in the sky was in the trees. I mean, it wasn't the ugliest picture, but it took me that long to realize I had kitted it up wrong. Didn't even notice it when I was working on it. Now, of course, when I'm making the videos, which I kitted that up on a video as well, so I doubt I will kit up again because I lose track of what I'm doing. But when I was making the video of the of that one, I didn't even notice it then. I get into running at my mouth because that's what I like to do. I like to chit chat. And I get to doing that, and I'm not paying attention to what else I'm doing. I don't know, is that an ADD trait too? Those are ones, aren't they? That's highly possibly an ADD trait too. I get easily distracted. So these are the tropical coasters I got from Temu. I think I'm going to like how they finish up. Of course, I'm going to seal them. Because they didn't come with a cork backing. They came with, kind of looks like that real thin birch, you know, the crafting birch wood. I don't know if that's what it is or not, but that's what it looks like. So I would guesstimate that that would probably have a tendency to warp if it got wet. I may be wrong. I don't know a lot about it. But I'm not going to test it. I'm going to go ahead and seal it so that any moisture stays off the wood. That's what I'm gonna do. It is officially Friday the 8th. I think it's gonna rain here most of the weekend. I could be wrong, to be honest. I only keep up with it day by day. But if it does rain, considering that it's not cold, that might slow down the riffraff that might happen over the weekend. Something always happens. Most of it happens within the city limits, so it's not going to be typically what we have to be concerned about, but we still answer the 911 calls. We'll have to transfer them to the city. Y'all see any more ones? I do not. Now 2 would be the next number, and I'm not seeing any. And after 2 comes 3, and I'm not seeing any. And I don't see 4. So I see 5. So it looks like we might have enough to finish this one. We'll see. I don't know. I may hang on to these. I've not hung on to any of the crystals. What are we looking at? Number 5? So that's 4. So this would be 5. I've not ever hung on to crystals, but I've not ever really had them except for one set of coasters. So I might hang on to whatever I have left of these in case I want to zhuzh up a diamond painting in the future. I notice a lot of people do that. Just me, I've just so far only ever used what I got because I've never really kept anything. A lot of my drills are not in the greatest shape because they come with the cheaper kits. These might be worth keeping. I'm sorry, can y'all hear the TV? I'm on my true crime. True crime what I like. And it's a series of Georgia murders, which all of it has me fascinated, but it's in Georgia, my state. So I'm more fascinated. And this one I had not heard about, so I probably will rewind it and get back to it, listening to it. Because I'm not going to make y'all watch me do this whole thing, obviously. That would be extremely boring, and I'm not sure I would have enough to talk about. I notice a lot of people, they just talk about what they did with their day, and I didn't do nothing with my day. Well, I'll take that back. Today, what did I do? Well, I mean, I finished cleaning my kitchen, which, you know, you got to do that. I washed my work clothes because I wear a uniform. Was going to bathe my dog. That did not happen. I'm probably going to regret not doing that because I'm going to have to squeeze him in. I don't know. I'll probably bathe him Monday. I mean, he don't stink, but he needs a bath. I don't want him to stink. I got up at a decent time considering that I sleep days. I have not been dragging. Lazy, yes, but that's just typical of me. But I have been dragging. Ate me a couple of those Johnsonville jalapeno cheddar sausages. Those things are just good. I don't care who you are. I like them a little charred. I didn't do it this time, but one of my favorite things to do is to heat it up in the air fryer. Gives it a little char to it. A little mustard, a little ketchup because I'm low on mustard. Typically it would just be mustard, but I'm low on mustard. No bun. My body apparently does not like gluten. Are there gluten-free things out there? Yes, they are. There are. Apparently, I can't talk tonight. Gluten-free is out there, but you also got to look at the other ingredients, and there's a lot of other ingredients that I like to avoid. There are many, many things that affect me now that I went and did the elimination diet, which means I pretty much eliminated everything. And then started working things back in to see what my body reacted to. And my body reacted to a lot. The thing I like about these coasters is that you can kind of boogie along. I'm assuming this is why a lot of people like partials. I don't know. Again, other than something like this, I'm not a big partials fan. And the reasoning is that I used to do cross stitch, and I used to do counted cross stitch, not printed cross stitch. I have a printed cross stitch that I started a while back, and then I found diamond painting, and I haven't touched it since. But counted cross stitch, but you know, it was a little bit extra work. You kind of have to start from the center unless you know your material is way big enough. I didn't like having huge pieces of material. But you would start with your piece of material, start in the center, and you would count your way through the design. And you wouldn't be looking at your design, you'd be watching your design appear on a blank canvas, i.e. the material. Now that to me was really rewarding. And even if you did a cross stitch today, even printed cross stitch, would you only want to cross stitch in certain areas and have just the printed parts? I just don't get it. I mean, if I'm going to do it, I want to do the whole thing. Even this being a partial, I mean, the drills are, why did I put them back in there? You know, they're pretty far out there. Far out, man. Okay, I'm not seeing a 6, and my next number is a 7. Now, what I'm going to do here, so y'all don't have to watch me do this whole thing, is I'm going to speed it up. So I'm going to turn my TV up, and we will do a, what do they call that, time lapse? That was 5, 6, 7. We'll time lapse the rest of it, and then we'll look at all the finished ones, and maybe y'all can give me your opinion. This one didn't excite me about as much as the next set that I have, but I'm holding them out for December for Diamond Grandma's other event. All right, people. I will meet you at the end. Okay. Had to be sure my TV was turned back down. And there she is. The very last one. Probably going to need to pan out. Get a few things out of the way. So what was that, 8? Let's see. Okay, there they are. So that one's upside down or sideways. Tropical, sparkly, beautiful colors. I got them finished. Now to seal them and put them in their little holder. This was a Temu buy. Thanks, guys, if you stuck with me. Y'all have a great one. Bye.